Thank you. Now, away from Oyo State to Borno, where the state offers a unique perspective on what freedom truly means. For many communities once torn apart by insurgency, independence is no longer just about 1960. It's about reclaiming safety, rebuilding livelihoods, and restoring hope. In this next report, TVC News senior reporter Jesse Tafida takes a look at how residents are redefining independence.
In Maiduguri, sounds of hustle and bustle fills the air. But behind the cheering activities, a deeper story of resilience. For children in returning schools, independence means the freedom to dream again. Many here were born in displacement camps, but now sing the anthem in classrooms, rebuilt from the ruins of conflict. For market women and artisans, independence means being able to open their shops without fear, reviving small businesses that fuel family survival. In most returned communities, farmers are back on their fields, planting and harvesting, determined to feed their communities. Analysts say, while Nigeria celebrates 65 years of nationhood, Borno celebrates the courage of its people who continue to rise above insurgency.
We know what it means to be independent. It's not just carrying the flag of Nigeria to say, yes, today is 1st October and all of those. We saw it firsthand. Maybe we may not compare it with what our forefathers fought for the independence of Nigeria, but I tell you, citizens of Borno has fought for their independence by way of striving to build resilience.
And I have seen what it's like to live in a camp with no freedom and no dignity, sitting and expecting handouts from someone before you feed yourself, you feed your family, and you feed your children. But today, people are going back to their towns.
Although security concerns persist in hard-to-reach areas and rebuilding trust takes time, but for many here, independence is not just a national memory. It is a daily struggle for dignity and survival. Women and youth too are redefining their place, some turning to innovation, skill training, and cultural revival to rest their confidence in the future.
65 years after independence, the people of Borno remind us that freedom is not only about the past. It is about resilience, rebuilding, and reclaiming hope every single day. Jesse Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Beautiful reporting by Jesse Tafida there, talking about how resilience is being manifested, manifestation of resilience by the Borno residents. Precious is still very much here on set with me. Precious, you could see that beautiful reporting by Jesse Tafida, especially looking at the challenges of Borno, the issue of Boko Haram back then in 2009, which has left those people devastated. But now, looks like resilience, hope is being rekindled by what we see. Jesse reporting.
Let me just start by saying that, Jesse has done a really good job in terms of how he has covered this insurgency and then, how people are regaining their freedom. And I like, what he said there. He said, whilst Nigeria is celebrating freedom, which is independence, right, it's a different kind of freedom for the people in Borno State who have been living with that insurgency for years, and to just now know that they can move around. And he talked about children who were born in IDP camps. And, sometimes we hear these things and it doesn't really make any sense to us until you really internalize it, that children were born in IDP camps running around now, and that's the life they knew growing up. But now, most of them are able to move back to their homes, which is also a testament to the fact that, there's still a commitment to ensuring that people live safely in their communities, and people are still being relocated back to their homes. Others understand that new places are being built to also move them to. I mean, it's a start, but more can be done.
Absolutely, and also that belies the bad news that are coming from outside of the country, where we have some senators, some comedians, from US, for instance, saying that Nigeria is being decimated, being reduced to rubble by the Boko Haram insurgency and all of that. But we had the defense headquarters, giving counterclaim that, listen, we are dealing decisively with this terrorists, and then we're reducing their number. Even though we still see skirmishes there, we're seeing some coming up in Kwara State, etc. But we are getting there, little by little.
You know, we've always gotten reports from international communities about what's happening in Nigeria. I mean, we're not supposed to make it past 2015 as a nation, if you remember that report.
Absolutely.
And so, but we're still here, and that's it's a celebration of our resilience. So when we talk about independence, we're talking about our resilience, and that's what's playing out in Borno State, the fact that people are resilient. It's also, I mean, there's been, I read that report, there has been for and against, people have shared, you know, for and against, but the thing is, I mean, there is insecurity. That's something that we know. We take some of these reports, you know, every other day. But the motive of it, I don't know if the defense headquarters have come to say, oh, maybe like what we see in the US, where sometimes it's politically motivated. We saw the shooting in Michigan, you know, which was in a church. The person had described the Mormons as, you know, we understand as Antichrist. But Nigeria has not issued any sort of statement saying, you know, I mean,
the highest we normally do as Nigerians is to commiserate with them.
And we don't even issue advisories to say, don't even go to these countries, right? So
that's to tell you that challenges, you know, terrorism.
It's in every country. I don't think
global.
America is the safest country in the world today either. I mean, every country has its challenges, and what matters is that we're dealing with us with resilience. And I keep using that word resilient because it's very, you know, important.
Absolutely. So it's just one beautiful thing. And one thing is, I'm quite excited that Nigeria is getting there. Borno State is not exactly the way it used to be in the days of terrorism and all of that. But then that's all about it.
Absolutely, Ibrahim. Absolutely. That's where we'll leave it. We will bring you more. That will be tomorrow, and again, at the same time on News from States, as we continue to give you updates on the 36 states of the Federation. But that's TVC News at 1. Before we go, let's take you down memory lane as we show you the faces of every leader who has shaped Nigeria's journey. And that's from Tafawa Balewa to Bola Tinubu. Thanks for watching.